Hey everyone, John Swartz here, Premier Property Group, Remax Community. I just wanted to give you some tips on submitting offers on REO properties and selling all REO properties. I'll do a couple of these videos short just to give you some tips. I've been selling REO for about 15 years on buyer and seller side, I've done a lot of business over here, a lot of experience, and just wanted to give you some tips on submitting your offer. And the two biggest things I would say, first thing is to be prepared. It's totally different than a regular residential sale. Everything's done pretty much through email or text, or sometimes the banks themselves or the owners of the property will have their own website for the buyer's agent to submit the offer direct. They're doing that now to avoid any collusion and things like that that's happened over the years. So read the MLS instructions first. I would say that I would do that on every property anyway, REO or not, but read all the MLS instructions first thoroughly. Make sure you have everything that they need. One of the main things is a lot of these are going to be vacant properties that are coming out. We're expecting in January and February. We'll start seeing some REO come out that was vacant since pre-COVID, and the courts are starting to let these cases go through now and take those properties back. So we'll be seeing them on the market. But read the instructions. Make sure you're submitting the offer to the seller's specific requirements. Otherwise, like you said, you might just email the offer to the broker and not even know that you had to go to a website to do it. You might lose a day or two, which would hurt your buyer's chance of getting a home. So the other thing is the proof of funds. If you're putting in a cash sale, which most of these are going to be cash only sales because of the condition and things that are going to need it, and they're going to want the proof of funds to be. There's a couple things that have to usually. Or they require. So it's got to be less than 30 days old in the name of the buyer. So if the buyer is buying an LLC or a corporation, if they're doing that, they got to do it up front when they put the offer in also. That's very important. So whatever the entity name is has to match the proof of funds, has to be at least the price of the house, and also the price of the loan, with minus a down payment. Total has the price of the house. And it's got to be dated within 30 days. So if you don't have all this stuff, get that up front before you even show a bank property. Just get your buyer approved. If you need a private lender, reach out to me. We have a bunch of them. Or if they have their own cash and they're going to use the bank, make sure the bank statement is less than 30 days old. Just cross the name out on it and make sure it equals the name that's going on the offer. So for example, if instead you're putting an offer in at John Swartz LLC, my bank statement says John Swartz. I should accompany that bank statement with a letter from me personally saying I'm using my funds personally to fund my LLC for the purchase of the property. They're going to want to see that because it could be a different name. Your dad could be lending you the money or something like that to an LLC. If the bank statement's in your dad's name, you got to have a letter with that stated that from the owner of the bank statement that they're supplying funds to the LLC for the purchase of this property, and just play it all the way down. If you're going to reach out to the listing broker on REO properties, the best thing is going to be email. It's going to be the fastest way to get a hold of anybody. And just put any questions you have in there. But I would try to read the instructions first because 90% of the time it will be in those instructions. So I just wanted to go over a couple of these tips just to get you started because they're going to be out soon, and when they are, they're going to be fast and furious. So you really just want to get a jump on your competition. And one thing, like I said, is just be prepared, read those instructions, get your proof of funds in order. And make sure you know how you're submitting the offer so that when your buyer wants it, you can get out right away and get it done. And if you do that, you'll be successful. And you'll also make the listing agents of those properties happy because they like to deal with, agents that know the process and can get through it because it can be daunting if you don't. And you just do your homework and just keep trying. There'll be more of these videos to come. As it's a totally different experience, like I said, selling REO. So you want to learn from it? Well, I'm here to help. Thanks.